Hi, and welcome to the premiere of Boozing with Boomers. I'm Dave, and I've been on a quest to learn as much as I can about how to make a great, balanced cocktail. And through this channel, I'd like to share with you some of my favorite recipes and experiments, and hope that you subscribe so we can go on this journey together. So armed with my COVID beard and overgrown hair, let's get started. Since we've just gotten into summer, I thought I would focus on some summer recipes, but some of the classics that maybe are a little misunderstood. The whiskey sour comes to mind because a lot of us have had whiskey sours that were poured from a mix and are way too sugary. The original whiskey sour actually originated back in the mid-1700s, and it was Navy sailors, the Royal Navy, were given rations of rum, diluted rum unfortunately, and were told, hey, if you want to make it a little bit better, they added sugar and lime. Well, the American sailors learned from this as well, but Americans really like their whiskey. So when they got their rations, it was with whiskey and a little bit of lemon and a little bit of sugar. So really the creation of the whiskey sour goes back to the mid-1700s and was then written down around 1762. So what I would like to do today is walk you through how to make a classic whiskey sour. I've made a little modifications of my own, but I think it makes a great cocktail. First, you've got to figure out what kind of tools do I need. Well, most kitchens have small measuring cups, and you can also go out and buy a jigger. So I'm going to use all of these things to keep things moving. The other thing that you probably have to buy is a cocktail shaker, whether you get it from somebody else, might have a couple of these hanging around. The best thing about this is they're made to fit together, which allows you to shake or stir. And that's a key part of any cocktail is figuring out the right tools to get started. So for the whiskey sour, the other important thing in any drink is you start with the least expensive ingredients. So we have simple syrup, and simple syrup simply is made with 1 part sugar, 1 part water. You cook it on the stove to a low simmer or boil until the sugar melts. And I add a pinch of creme de tartar, which will allow it to keep 3 to 4 weeks. So it's a really easy recipe. You store it in your refrigerator, and then you're ready to make cocktails for the next few weeks. So the whiskey sour is 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. The other inexpensive ingredient is lemon juice, fresh squeezed. So a lot of us have the hand squeezer in the kitchen for a lot of food recipes. So I've got 1/2 ounce of that. And then I just realized, because in prepping for this, I actually put enough in there for 2 cocktails. So I have a choice. I could throw this out, which I would never do, or I will just put twice the bourbon in and make a cocktail for 2. So I happen to have a jigger here that's measured. It's about a 1.5 ounce. It's got the measures in the middle. So it's 1.5 ounce of bourbon to 1/2 ounce of simple syrup and 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. I just got to figure out where to put my stuff. The other thing that I learned along the way was when you're shaking or stirring even a cocktail is to put a lot of ice in the thing. So what was interesting is too little ice actually dilutes too much. When you put in a lot of ice, so you're really trying to fill up the cup, what you're allowing to do is the ice to chill the ice. So it does not dilute as fast, but still allows some dilution in the drink, which is an important part of a balanced cocktail. So the way these go together is when you put the metal tin on the top, just pop it once with your hand and you'll notice, look at this, it will keep together. The other trick is, because normally I'll have somebody at my party standing in front of me, is you aim the open end of the thing away from you, or I say behind you. So while you're shaking, you don't get it on anybody. And then the last piece is, how long do you shake it? Well, you should shake it for about 20 seconds. And thanks to COVID, we all know what that is. It's either singing Happy Birthday to Me twice or the ABC song once. So let's shake. Now, that happened to slip in my hand, so I am not a trained professional bartender, but I do now get to play one on TV. And the key was, everything worked the way it was supposed to. I now have a nice cocktail to share. Whew, I'm a little wet, but hey. See, it got me thrown off. You want to pour it over fresh ice, typical whiskey sour. You can actually serve this up in a glass without ice, which is not a problem. You then want to garnish it with a lemon peel. And what I like to do is you just kind of squeeze the outside of the lemon. You can see it squirt into the glass. And then rub it around the rim, because that will give it a nice bright lemon flavor as your nose gets there. And the last piece, which I find really important, is since I accidentally made 2 cocktails, it's very important that the bartender at home gets to try it as well. I also have a nice lemon peel. So let's see how we did. That's a really good cocktail. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click like if you did and subscribe. I will continue to go through the journey of all the classic cocktails and experiments so we can learn together. Oh, excuse me. So please try the whiskey sour, share it, provide feedback on it so we can all learn together about the chemistry that makes a tasty drink. Cheers.